rejecting a man can be dangerous. All right, you guys. So let me tell y'all, I be scrolling YouTube. I scroll YouTube more than any other social media platform. Like, I don't really scroll, I'll take that back. I scroll TikTok whenever I get like in a little mood for TikTok. And then I kind of scroll Facebook and Instagram just out of like habit. So, you know how you get on and just kind of find yourself like just scrolling and you're like aimlessly scrolling. You're not even really paying attention to what you're really looking at, you know what I'm saying, type scrolling. That's what I do on Facebook and Instagram. Like, I'm really uninterested, but it's kind of like a habit because I have been on those platforms for, you know, so long that I just like will just click on there and I'm like, well, I'm not even on here, and click off. Whereas YouTube, like, I really be interested. Like, I'm like, okay, like, save to watch later list, save to watch later list, save to watch later list. Oh wait, no, I gotta watch that right now. Ooh, that look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry y'all. That's the vibes that YouTube gives. So I was scrolling YouTube as I always do, and I came across I got flued out story, and it was a story time, and it made me think about the first time that I've gotten flued out. And I don't know, y'all, if this is gonna really like count as getting flued out. I mean, I got flew out, so I guess why wouldn't it count as getting flued out, right? Okay. So it made me think about this particular story. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story. It might be a little bit long. If it's too long, I'm gonna break it down into 2 story times. If I can get to the point real quick fast, then I will. But I have to tell a backstory in order for this story to make sense. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into the story. But I do want to let you guys know that I will continue with the DV series. If you watched the other 2, I think it was 2 videos where I talked about DV situations, but that shit is a little heavy, you know. Although I am over all the things that have happened, it's still trauma. So it's like that shit was a little heavy, and I'm like, okay, you know what, like, whenever you go and tell these stories, you are like reliving these incidents. And so yeah, and the DV stories that I have after that are a little bit more intense. So, which if you've seen the other ones, you might be like, more intense, but I would just have to, I'll get to those stories when I get to them, but I'm definitely going to get to them. It's not like I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging, but we need something a little more light. Okay, so that is what I'm going to give today. So if you are interested in hearing how I got flued out for the first time, then stay tuned, sis. Okay, so this story takes place in I'm gonna say the early, I want to say like 2009, 2010. I had recently, I ain't gonna say recently, for me recently, kind of started, let me get it right, okay? So I had been in a relationship. I don't know if I told this in another story time or not, but from, I think I did one of the more recent stories, but from the time I was 17 until the time I was like 23 or something, I was in a relationship. So the relationship ended not on like bad terms. It wasn't anything traumatic, anything like, you know, super extra. We're still cool. It was just, I feel like all things come to an end at some point. Some things last longer, some things have a shorter run. The biggest thing is knowing when it's time to clip shit so that you don't begin to resent a person. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all have like this bad blood, this bad energy, you know, y'all beefing because y'all should have been broke up. Okay, so, or even with friendships, like the shit has run its course. It is what it is. You're a good person, but this right here ain't what it is anymore. Like, we've grown in 2 different directions, whatever. So that's kind of how that situation ended. However, it was a very long time for me. You know, I had not been single since I was a teenager, and I'm almost to my mid-20s at this point. So I'm just kind of, it took me a while to get like, to feel like even open to like giving anybody my number or anything like that. And for me, it seems like anytime that I give, I ain't gonna say anytime, let me not say it like that, but a lot of times if I give somebody my number and I'm actually like open to talking to them, because let me tell y'all a little something about me, little side story. Or side note, this is not a side story, but a little side note. One thing about me is, like, when I'm single, it is not hard to get my number. Like, I will give a ninja my number just like that, just to get him out of my face, because I feel like that's a safer way to play it. Like, but if I don't save your name, I'm not gonna answer the phone when you call or text me. So, okay, yeah, you got my number, but will you ever get a response? Will you ever get a conversation out of me? Like, outside of that initial conversation when we seen each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I am. I think that's more non-confrontational, because as a single woman, especially if you're alone, rejecting a man can be dangerous. And I feel like if it's going to bring me peace of mind and safety from a guy asking my number, whether I'm interested or not, asking me for my number, whether I'm interested or not, just giving it to him, then I'm gonna just give him my number. Like, oh, okay, yeah, here, do. Like, lock it in, lock me in. That's, you know what, that's really fucked up, because, you know, but some people can't take rejection. And so if you, because I've said, oh, no, thank you, I'm not interested, you know, oh, no, or you try to just, like, keep walking type shit, but either motherfuckers will keep following you, or they'll, like, keep coming with some kind of follow-up. Oh, dang, you can't have friends, or you can't talk to nobody, you don't want to, like, y'all know, if, to my ladies, I know that y'all know. If you don't know, then you don't know, but if you know, you know. Like, it be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break, nigga. You see I'm not interested. You gonna just keep talking? You gonna just keep coming with something? No. So the quickest way to end the conversation and get somebody at your face is just to give them your number. Like, yeah, okay, here. Bye. Talk to you never. So anyway, that's how I am. So, but it seems like whenever I do end up like giving somebody my number that I'm actually interested in, or I'm at a place where I'm open to talking to them or whatever, it tends to turn into I don't want to say a long-term situation, but it don't just be like, oh, you know, oh, I'm just talking to him and I'm talking to him and I'm talking to him. We all just kind of, you know, I'm just talking to whoever, you know, here and there. It always seems like it's more like a lockdown situation, or I'm just talking to just that one person. Okay, so now that we got that established, so I wasn't in a place where I was interested in dating and talking to anybody, you know, getting to know anybody or any of the things. So I'm not the type of person that leaves one relationship and is like, I'm gonna get over you by getting with somebody else or talking to somebody else. I'm not one of them. I just be uninterested. Like, let me get my mind together. Even if I walked away from because let's be honest, yeah, all of the relationships that I have been in, I've walked away from. So it's not like, oh, I'm just so heartbroken, because a lot of times, like, my heart, if I'm walking away from a relationship, my heart was already broken before. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had already done something. I don't even want to say heartbroken, but my mind was already made up. By the time I come and I'm like, look, we need to end this. It don't be no like real bad crybaby stuff. I mean, whenever you've been with somebody for a long time, of course the separation, you know, you're just like, it hurt, your feelings be hurt, but it ain't like, oh, I'm so heartbroken, it's over, don't leave me, come back type shit. No, it don't be giving that. It's just like, damn, like, you know, that was my, like, you know what I'm saying? We was locked in, and it's just like over with now. Like, dang, you know, but let me gather myself, let me rebalance, you know, and then maybe if I go somewhere and somebody try to talk to me, I might feel like, you know, talking back. That's the energy. Okay, so it had been a while since me and my ex of 5 years or whatever had you know, went our separate ways. So there used to be this club that was really popular. It was called I think it was called Tumbleweeds. So from where I'm from, and it was like in a small college town outside of the city. It was probably like 45 minutes away, but it was like a big deal at the time or whatever. So my friend Ryan, that's her real name. So, hey girl, hey, if you're watching this video. My friend Ryan from high school, from middle school. We had been friends since middle school, but of course by this time we're grown, okay? So she had asked me, well, her and her friend would I want to say old girl was her like best friend. I want to say they was best friends. Girl, I don't know if y'all was best friends or not, but I know that they were really, really tight. But me and her were real tight too. You know what I'm saying? But they were a lot closer than her and I. But anyway, she had hit me up, or however, we had talked, and she invited me because they were going to, at this time, they were going to this club, Tumbleweeds, like regularly. That was their routine or whatever. I ain't never been a club girl, so I ain't never had a routine in terms of going to the club. But my girl Ryan, she used to be. She used to be in them things, okay? She was doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So she was like, she had asked me if I wanted to come with them. And so I was like, this particular night, I was like, yeah, like, let's do it. Start that. Okay, so for whatever reason, that's just how I was feeling. So I was good with that. So, you know, the night comes, I want to try to remember. I feel like this night I had this black, was that what I wore? I want to say this black tutu dress, but that might not be right. That might not be right. I can't remember what I had on, but I do remember that I was really, really cute this night, right? So, and this was my first time like going out in forever. So, yeah, I had got real cute or whatever. And I ended up, did I drive and follow them? Y'all, this was so long ago, okay? I can't remember if I drove and followed them or if I rode with them. I don't remember because it was so far away. I believe that I rode with them. So, we of course pre-gamed. So at this time, y'all, I really think I was drinking. It was either Amsterdam Peach used to be my drink, y'all. And if I get into a story like about my past, like where my mind was at a period of time, girl. But Amsterdam Peach was my drink, like that was my drink. But I can't remember if that's what I was drinking at this time or if it was Bumpy Face gin, okay? That's Seagram's gin, okay? I cannot remember the lime twist, okay? Because I went through a phase where, but I wasn't drinking heavy when I was drinking gin. That was just my drink of choice at the time. But I can't remember which one of those it was. But it was one of the two. So that's what I'm drinking at night. I'm feeling myself, you know, after you, as a woman, I don't know, I don't want to speak for all women. I hate when people try to speak for all women, whatever. But for me, while I'm not a party girl, like there's something about getting dressed up and feeling pretty and looking like really cute that just, you know, like it's just a vibe. Like you just be feeling yourself, right? So that was the case this night. So yeah, I got this little two-piece set on, and your girl, like I say, probably in every video, then packed on a couple pounds. So it's like rolling and doing the most. So anyway, so this night I'm feeling myself. I got the drink in my system, so I'm really feeling myself, right, y'all? So we take this a long ass 45-minute drive or hour drive, whatever it was, to this little country town to go to this college club, because like I said, the little country town had a big college. It's a well-known college. I guess like I said, a college is not like it's a secret. So I'm from, listen, I'm telling too much of my business, but so if you're familiar, you're familiar. If you're not, then you're not. It is what it is, but it is a larger college, a well-known college, right? So this little college town, they had this club, Tumbleweeds, at the time. So y'all, we in the club, like, okay, I ain't gonna say we was in the club like doing our thing or whatever, but we was in a club. I am not a dancer, so when I go to the club, I am very cutesy. I keeps it real cute. I'm not shaking no ass. I'm not doing it. That's just not my thing. Shout out to the girls that fuck it up, girl, fuck it up. But I'm not gonna be bent over shaking my ass in a club. That's just not me. I'm more of a two-step, sit back, kind of lean with it, rock with it type of girl. Like, yeah, you know, my little drink or whatever. Typically, whenever I did go out, although we would drink before, like, we definitely were me and my friends were pre-gamers. Like, by the time we got to the establishment, to the event, to the party, whatever, we already be on our level, right? So typically what I like to do is, I don't drink anymore, but when I did drink, what I would like to do was just get one drink once I got in the club, which was typically a Long Island. Ooh, that just made me think of another story time with me and my best friend when, we didn't pregame and we did go to the club. You know what? It wasn't even a club, but it's like a lounge. And girl, okay, that's a whole nother story. But, so, you know, I just like to chill with my drink and just be cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. So this club is packed. It's a nice size club though, but it's packed out. Like, this was the spot. A bunch of college kids, a bunch of, you know, other kids, because we didn't go to the school. So a bunch of other kids too. And I'm saying kids, but young adults, because you didn't have to be 18. I mean, you didn't have to be 21. I think you had to be 18 to enter. So yeah, a bunch of young kids, a bunch of young adults in the club, you know, just being kids and young adults. So we're hanging out, we're doing our thing, whatever. Now, while we're in here, I personally don't recall seeing this person. And what can I call him? I really want to call him his name, but you know what? I'm gonna call him y'all, what can I call him? I'm gonna call him Juan, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm calling him Juan here in a minute. So I don't recall seeing Juan. I don't remember. Like, I hadn't like been out, I hadn't been on the scene, and I'm not a like man crazy fiend, fiend. Like, I don't just be on like, oh, where's the niggas at? Let me go find me a man. Where's my like? I don't be on that. Even though I always seem to end up like in relationships and like, you know, serious situations. I don't be looking. That's just not my thing. Okay, I be chilling. Whatever happens, happens. That sounds kind of crazy. Not whatever happens, happens. But if I happen to meet somebody, then I do. If I don't, I don't. Like, that's just what it is, right? So, my eye wasn't out for anybody in particular, and nobody in particular caught my eye, like, while we were in there. Like, I just wasn't on that type of time, but I felt good. I felt like I looked good, and we were having a good time. So I'm just doing my cutesy 1, 2, 1, 2, you know? I do know for a fact that I had my hair flat ironed this night though. I can't remember what I had on, but my hair was flat ironed with a deep side part. And I used to like to do like a little swoop over type of thing. Like, you know, like little swoop bang with my hair down. And so my hair was nice and healthy. It wasn't super long. I want to say it was like right about my shoulders, maybe a little bit past. So it wasn't super long, but it wasn't short. So yeah, so I was cute or whatever, natural. You know, I didn't wear makeup like foundation and shit, but I would wear what do you call that, the black wing eyeliner, and then I would do this gold this gold eyeshadow. And it might sound crazy, but my skin was so nice. Like, now my skin is not as nice. Like, I have blemishes, I have like little dark marks and stuff on my face, but at this time, like really my whole life up until like a couple of years ago, but I could do a story time about like my skin stuff and like how I'm trying to get my skin back together. But anyway, my whole life, like, I've always had nice skin, right? So it wasn't like I needed makeup. Like, it didn't look crazy. It wasn't like, why she ain't got no foundation or nothing on. Like, it just, you know, if your skin is kind of like flawless or whatever, then whenever you put on, like, me just putting on a little eyeshadow didn't throw anything off, right? And so that was the situation. Okay, so and that was just my go-to. The only thing I would do was my eyes. So I had my my black wing eyeliner, and I could do a wing eyeliner. You know, I used to I couldn't stand the girls that would do wing eyeliner, but they wing wasn't winging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. When your wing ain't winging, hang it up, sister. Like, you need to go back to the drawing board because that's tacky. So when you had that perfect wing where like it get real pointy at the end, like it's crisp, you did that, okay? And now where it's super all the way up to your hairline, like it just gotta come out like bow. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your eye shape, you kind of work it with the shape of your eye. But anyway, that was the deal with my little gold, my gold eyeshadow and my lip gloss, period. That was it. And I would get my eyebrows threaded. So no, I think I would just get them waxed at this point. I wasn't doing threading yet. I don't think. One or the other. So eyebrows on point, wing eyeliner on point, hair on point, and my outfit. I don't know why I can't remember what outfit I had on. Was it, y'all? It may have been these black leather pants, and I had was that night? No, that wasn't that night. I take that back. It wasn't that night. Never mind, scratch that. I can't remember what I had on because it was summertime actually. So I can't remember what I had on, you guys. Hold on real quick. Okay, y'all. So yes, I was real cute. Don't remember the outfit for whatever reason, and I felt like the outfit was really cute. But I can't remember what it was. Oh my God. I can't remember what the outfit was. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all because I feel like I've been holding y'all because I've been said this about 3 or 4 times. Anyway, moving on. So, okay. So, but I'm lit. I'm lit. Okay. I'm on my level. I've exceeded my level at this point. So we are just like having a really good time. One thing about my friend Ryan and I, we are going to clown, and not so much like clowning people, but we just clown, like we just laugh. We laugh a lot. We are just like, we goofy and stuff just makes us laugh. So I don't remember exactly what was hilarious or what the situation was, but we are cracking up, cracking jokes between us, kikiing. So I want to say that the club ended up getting shut down because either it was at capacity or somebody started fighting or both. So like they started moving people out. And so I am like, you know how stuff gets a little chaotic when that happens. If you've ever been in a club and the club gets shut down, or even when the club is over, like stuff just kind of gets chaotic with everybody moving around or whatever. So I don't really like to be in the chaos, as y'all can probably tell. I'm more of a sit back and chill. So we kind of like letting the people go out or whatever. Okay, y'all, so sorry. I ran out of storage. So if I'm in a little bit of a different angle or something like that, sorry. I sure hate to bestow my ghetto-ness up on y'all, but I ran out of storage. There was nothing I could do. Okay, so it was something I could do, but I didn't prevent that beforehand. So anyhow, I deleted some stuff. We good. Now, so we are getting ready to proceed out of the club. Okay, we're kind of like the stragglers, the last of, you know, the people, whatever. Okay, so we're like heading out now. Mind you, again, we're on our level. I definitely did not drive. I didn't drive. So my friend Ryan and I are still clowning. Like as we're going to the car, like we're just laughing. You know, probably because we're on our level. Like we're just being silly. Like, and I can't remember, there was something that we were saying, like, or that I was saying over and over again, and she was just cracking up. I kept saying it while we were walking to the car, and I don't know why it was so funny to us. It's childish, okay? But a good time is a good time, period. So if we can laugh and joke and clown and have a good time, it is what it is. Judge your mama, not me, okay? So we doing our thing, laughing, clowning, being silly. I'm really on my level. So this guy, Juan, he is like walking as, I think he was either ahead of us or was he behind us, and we like started slowing down because we were like laughing and, you know, kikiing on the way to the car. It was one or the other. And so I mean, I'm not trying to say I was sloppy drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put it out there I was sloppy, but I was on my level. Okay, so I'm just like laughing, clowning, having a good time, la la la. And so he like, you know, you all right, you good? And so me being the type of person that I am, and especially was back then, I say some funny shit. Like he said something. It wasn't. You know how when you just funny, it ain't like you think about funny shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Like you, it just flows. It just come. And so I said whatever I said to him when he was like, you know, are you good or something like that. I said some silly shit, and you know he started laughing or whatever. We laughing, whatever. And so he was like, do you need me to, you know, to help you to your car? And I'm like, no, you know, me and my friends are, you know, my friends with me, we good. Like the car is just right here or whatever. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna make sure you get to your car, you get to the car all right. Now, y'all know how guys are. If they trying to get at you or whatever the case, like, boy, you trying to make me down. Okay, y'all, I forgot to mention that he actually ended up picking me up and carrying me to the car because I was so on my level, like I wasn't stable. Okay, so yeah. Okay, you're not worried about my safety, but whatever. Let's go ahead and play this game. So let me describe Juan to y'all. Juan was he was Puerto Rican, so Puerto Rican. So he was tall, he was fair skinned. He had like a buttery brown skin, so like a buttery brown skin tone. His hair was kind of like, what is it, like the meatheads and on Jersey Shore, like it was like kind of like that length, but his hair was naturally, you know who his hair was like? Do y'all remember New York Undercover? The was he Puerto Rican? The Hispanic guy, or the Spanish descent guy that was on New York Undercover. He was one of the main characters, one of the detectives. How his hair is, that's how his hair was at the time. So yeah, it was just kind of like naturally curly, kind of grown out, but of course you could tell he like had it edged up and like tapered on the side, whatever. Okay, so anyway, and I don't remember what he had on. So, but he was very he was like, he was big, like he was stocky, but not, he was stocky, he was strong, like muscular, not stocky, like sloppy, like fat or anything, like he wasn't fat at all. He was very muscular, like beefy, like, you know. So so and that's probably what I said something about, like, damn, you know, you super strong, you know, I don't know, ain't no telling what I said. So I said something, you know, whatever. So anyway, he ends up walking me carrying to the car, and once we got in the car, I don't remember exactly what his MAC line was, but again, it's not easy. I mean, it's not hard to get my number. So, but I thought he was cute, right? So anyway, he gave me we exchanged numbers, and that was that. So that very next day, he had hit me up. Like, it wasn't a waiting period. You know how it used to be a thing, like wait a couple of days before you hit somebody up after you get their number. No, that wasn't the case. So he hit me up immediately, and we started talking. So once we started talking, we talked every day, all throughout the day. Of course, I had a job. I had a full-time job, and he was working. I mean, not working. He was going to school full-time. So he went to the college that was in the college town. He played football for the school, for the university. So, you know, in between his practices, classes, whatever, we're like chatting. So we end up, this carried on for probably, I'm gonna say, let's say maybe like a month and a half. And so we finally decided that we were going to link up. So I was going to come down to where he was for the weekend. So, which was in that same college town that we had went to the club at. So I went down to the college town. Y'all, this man stayed in the dorms. Now, y'all know, if you don't know, I don't know if all colleges are like this, but most colleges are. The dorms were not co-ed. So you ain't supposed to have people spending the night. You're not supposed to have females in there for sure. But he had his own dorm room though, so it wasn't like he was sharing with anybody. So he had his own dorm room, which was cool, but it's just the fact like, okay, this is childish. Yeah. Like, and I, at the time, I had a townhouse. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I had one child at the time, and I'm very, like, I don't want you, one, to meet my child if we are not, I don't want to I'm not just one like, oh, you can come over to my house. I don't want you, first of all, I'm a single woman. I don't want you to know where I stay at. Like, that shit clipped. Like, until like I am really locked in, I don't want you coming to my house. I don't want you to know where I stay at. None of the things. Like, I'm good on that. So we but he was cool. Like, it was cool. It was cool. It was good. So, but that's why he wasn't coming to my house. And I don't think that he ever came. No, he didn't, because the way that things played out. Okay, so this had to been, I said this was the summertime, y'all. But it couldn't have been. I think it was right after school started. Right after school, so like the beginning of fall. And so we talked throughout from that time up until the summertime. So almost a year, right? So we are doing our thing, dating, whatever. We together at this point. We end up getting together. So I would go down regularly and stay at his dorm room. But something about it, I just wasn't really I wasn't really locked in with him, if that makes sense. Like, I liked him, but he definitely liked me more. Like, he was like, I don't even want to say he was more serious, because should I? No, I ain't gonna tell that story time, because that's a whole different story inside the story. So I might mention that later on. But just know that him and I were locked in. He used to say, what is it, 3-4L or something like that, which means like, I love you. That was like his thing, like with me. So anyway, that was our thing. So summer rolls around. He's going home for the summer. He's from Houston, Texas. So when he goes home, of course, we're used to doing this like every weekend type of thing, where I would go hang out with him on campus, stay with him, whatever. If I was like off for a day during the week, at the time my daughter wasn't in school, so if I was like off for a day during the week or something like that, I would go down there and see him, whatever. So summer rolls around, and like, of course, we like missing each other. You know what I'm saying? We're used to this. It's like, he gonna be gone all summer. So he ends up we were so young, and this is before getting flued out was a thing, right? So he's like, I'm going to, I want to see you. I want you to meet my mom. Did he meet my mom? I think he did he meet my mom? He did meet my mom, and he did end up meeting my mom and my daughter before he left for the summer, because we had hung out, and he ended up, because he had a truck. He had like a F-150 type of truck or whatever. So, and it was nice. It was nice. So he had ended up taking me home one day or whatever, or taking me, because my daughter had been, that's what it was. So did he come get me, or was he taking me? It was something to that effect, y'all. I can't exactly remember whether we had plans and my daughter was gonna stay with my mom them during that time, and he ended up coming over there and he met them during that time. He just met them that one time. And so but that was that. So like I said, fast forward, summer comes around, he wants me to come down there. Of course, I want to come down there too. I'm like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. So he like, okay, well, I'm going to, get you a ticket, whatever. So he got me a ticket. He got me a room. He set up everything. The ticket was with Southwest. Now, mind y'all, this was my first time ever being on a plane. So I'm scared shitless. Okay. So at this time, I smoked tree. So my one of my really close friends had taken me to the airport to drop me off. And so while I was on the plane, did I tell y'all I flew Southwest? So they serve drink. You know, at this time they served alcohol on a plane. So my friend was like, you know, I'm like freaking out. So my friend was like, don't worry about it. Like once you get on the plane, just get you a drink and you'll be able to, you know, woosah. And so of course I had already smoked. So sometimes smoking can have an adverse effect. Sometimes it can calm you down and relax you, and then sometimes it can have you like paranoid. I guess that depends on if you smoking sativa or the other one. I don't smoke no more, so whatever. But back then I was a professional, okay? Or I thought I was a professional. Maybe I wasn't a professional if yeah, I was feeling like that, right? Right. Okay, so you know, I go through TSA. Girl, they ended up throwing away some perfume that I had brought because it was too big. It was some perfume and lotion. Was it perfume, lotion, and body wash? Or perfume and lotion? It might have just been perfume and lotion. However, whatever, I was fucking irritated. Because what? And it wasn't nothing I could do. So, yeah, he definitely could have told me that. But I definitely should have been more proactive and like did my research. But I didn't. Like my man said, he was finna fly me out. Like, so I'm out of town. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he did that or whatever. So I get on the plane, y'all, and I am scared shitless, y'all. I had a window seat. It's storming. It starts storming, or we're flying through a storm. I mean, the fucking lightning and all the things, y'all. Like, I am tripped out. Like, I'm tripping. And I guess there was this chick sitting next to me, a younger Caucasian lady. And she probably was younger than me, or maybe like right around the same age as me. And I guess she could see on my face that I was, because I wasn't verbally like, oh my God, what's happening? But y'all, inside, I'm like, yo, like, I am scared shitless. And so she was like, just relax. Mind you, I got a drink too, but I really wasn't studying that drink. Like, I took a couple sips of it, but I wasn't like, yo, no, I don't want to be intoxicated. I want to get off this plane. Like, I want to get off this motherfucking plane. So she like kind of like tried to comfort me and stuff. She's like, just calm down, you know, don't worry about it. This is normal, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, you know, and I'm trying to really like hear her out and like focus on what she's saying so that I'm not focused on this storm over here. So, you know, shout out to her or whatever. But yeah, that was that situation. So I ended up landing safely. He picks me up from the airport and we go back to the room. So this wasn't my first time in Houston, but it was my first time in Houston like that, because the time that I had been before, I was younger. I was like a teenager. I want to say I was maybe like 14, 15 or something like that. And I was with my family and stuff. So it was a different vibe, and we were in a different area. He stayed in Candyland or
Sugarland
or something land. I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember what it was called, but it's an area in Houston, and it's actually a very, very nice area. So, of course, he stayed with his mom. Like, this was where his mom stayed at. His mom, I believe, was a nurse, if I'm not mistaken. And she, just side note, was like beautiful. Like, she was so pretty. So anyway, but we get to the hotel, and the hotel was nice. It was like an extended stay hotel. So the room was set up like, it had like a mini, because was I there for a week? I was there for 5 days to a week. I can't remember, but it wasn't just like I was just there for just the weekend, I don't think. So, and mind you, of course, I had my own money, but he, you know, funded, he was doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he paid for me to get there. He came and got me. He paid for the room. He paid for me to eat all while I was there. Like, he did all the things, right? So, he took me to the room. I got settled in or whatever. And yeah, the room ended up having a pool. And I remember, like, we went out to the pool and whatever. We was like, you know, just chilling. It was a good time. Like, we was vibing. It was good, whatever. So, y'all, he had stuff for us to do and everything like that. Like, we had went to, you know, different restaurants and stuff. We had went to this area where it's kind of like, it was a very cute, like, date night vibe. Like, they had a bunch of different activities. It was like a walkthrough kind of thing, but it had like arcade. It had like different activities that you could do, and it also had like different restaurants, like all in one like strip, one area. So it was really really nice. I really enjoyed that. But y'all, like, he had took me, I want to say this was on a Sunday. His mom had cooked and stuff. It was just him and his mom because he only had one older sister. So it was just him and his mom in the house at the time. The house was huge, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all this house was fucking huge, it was huge. I was like, oh my God, this house is so nice. So nice. Like, why are we staying at a hotel, or why did you give me a room? But you know, I understand because his mom, I mean, it was my first time meeting his mom, and she probably like, no, you're not gonna have this woman in my house. I don't know this girl. You know what I'm saying? So, but after I met her, she was super sweet. Like I said, super pretty. She had cooked for us. They had a backyard with a in-ground pool. So nice. Like, and it was like really, it was decorated real nice. Like all the decor and stuff outside. It was just like, it was so player. Like it was top notch. Very, very nice place. So, like he pretty much had the whole upstairs. So it was like entertainment room or like a theater room upstairs. It was a gaming room. Then it was 2 extra bedrooms up there. One was his room, and then it was 2 extra bedrooms and a bathroom or 2 up there. So, you know, like we went to like the game room or whatever, and you know, I can't remember exactly what his issue was, but he started tripping. And he kind of would do that sometime, like catch an attitude or get weird and shit. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I ain't even, like, what is your problem? I ain't done nothing to you. Like, it was like petty shit. Like he mad because he feel like I'm not showing him enough affection, or I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. And I'm like, nigga, what are you tripping on? Like, relax. Like, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was like the vibe it was giving. So he had a little episode while we were at his mom's house, and I'm like, we really not gonna do this at your mom's house. Like, you can take me back to the room. If you want to have an attitude, you want to be upset, you can take me back to the room, and you can come back to your house and relax, because I am very much okay with chilling in this room by my motherfucking self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. So, but he ended up getting over it. We ended up leaving his mom's house. We stayed over there like the whole day, but we ended up leaving and going back to the room that evening, that night, or whatever, and going to bed. And the next day, so I want to say I got there on a Friday. We didn't really do much. We went to the pool and stuff, chilled, and ate. And then Saturday is when we went out on our little date night or whatever and did that whole little vibe. Cool. Sunday is when we spent time with his mom. Monday we went to the mall. So we went to the mall, and he like told me, you know, maybe I did run out, y'all, but I didn't feel like I was running out though, because of the way that he was like, don't say, you know, yeah, it's okay, like get you, you know, you can get you some stuff, I got you, whatever. And then when I start picking shit up, like you trying to like police it, or you getting like an attitude, like I'm not gonna be buying it, because that's what he copped, another attitude, y'all, when we were there. So he was like, that's pretty much what he told me, like I'm not gonna be spending all of this money. Oh, this just made me think about another situation that's similar to that. Oh, I want to tell that story time. Child, I forgot about that. Oh my God. But it was like, he was like, I'm not gonna be spending all this money on blase or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, you told me, like, you know, like and it wasn't like I had hella shit, y'all. I probably had like 2 things. Like we went to one store and I got something. We went to another store and I got something, but I want to say it was like an accessory store. I had got like an accessory or 2, and then I maybe got like a shirt at another store. And then we had went into a third store, and I think I was looking at a shirt or a purse or something. It was like, and these are like little stores in the mall. It's not like we are at high-end stores. Like, so, nigga, you probably spent maybe $20, $30. But, I mean, I get it if you were on the budget or whatever the case is. You should have made that clear. Don't act like, oh, okay, we're finna come to the mall. You know, you can get you some stuff, whatever. Or you asked him, or did he ask me what I want to do and I said go to the mall? Because, honestly, this is one thing about it. I'm going to always keep my own money. Like, I'm going to have me some money set back, because if I want to get some, like, I'm not going to go out of town with no money, whether I'm going with my man and he said, you know, everything on me or whatever. I'm still gonna have my own money, because you want to try some shit like that, you're not gonna. I ain't never been a bald head. Like, that's one thing about it. Listen, I hear these stories about these girls getting flown out and a nigga, like, them not wanting to give up, sex or whatever, and the guy is like, oh, you gotta go, like, a nigga could never little girl me. Like, you can't little girl me. So I have my own bag. I'm not gonna get flown. Even then, like I said, back then, this was like early 2000s or mid 2000s. Well, I don't want to say mid 2000s. This was like around, like I said, 2009 or something like that. So this wasn't like, getting flew out wasn't like a thing that people were just like talking about. And, social media wasn't even what it is today at all at this time. So yeah, like, I just had common sense to know, and maybe that's just the way that I was raised. Like, you always have your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even be wary. Like, my mama used to tell me, y'all, like, be wary, like, not, be mindful of people that just want to do stuff for you, because they typically want something in return. If they don't want something in return specifically, then it's a control thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. And that's not to say that all people are like that, because I'm a person that if I give you something, I'm giving it to you because I want to give it to you. I'm not expecting you to do something for me, or for you to be under my like little spell or something, because I said, oh, okay, I'll do this for you, or I want to do this for you, or whatever. It's because I genuinely want to. But a lot of people are not that way. And so that was kind of, how I raised, which is kind of contradictory, because it made it like very difficult for me to accept help as I got like older, because I always felt like, what you want from me? Like, why you want to do something for me? You know what I'm saying? But then my mama, the same person who raised me like that, told me to, like, if somebody want to do something for you, Brittany, you just need to let them do it. Mama girl. Now, you didn't always tell me, so I'm trying to like balance that, which, I mean, I get what she is saying, as an adult, is like, just be mindful of those things. But if somebody wants to do something for you, allow them to do it. have discernment about it, but don't reject people that are trying to do something for you just because you think you're suspicious of everybody. Like, stop being like that. And so that's something that I try to be mindful of, like, now. But anyway, back to the story. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like, if you didn't have the funds, whatever, I can get the stuff, like, or I can give you your money back. Like, it is nothing for you to start, because he's like getting an attitude. And this is my thing. Before you get an attitude, just be like, oh, okay, you doing a little a little coin, or that's, or really what you could say beforehand is like, okay, we can go to the mall, but this is my budget. Like, you can get this, and you can spend this amount of money. Like, this is the amount of money that I have to spend on it. Don't like let me go. And like I said, I'm never one to try to run out on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going, oh, you gonna do this for me? Well, let me try to get the most expensive thing, or let me try to, like, no. I am always mindful of like the dollar amount to all things. Like, and I mean, that's how I am with myself. So I'm definitely not gonna, because it's on somebody else's dime, like, try to run out on that shit. That's just not how I operate. I think that's fucked up. Like, if I'm not gonna spend that much money on something, I'm not gonna expect somebody or try to put somebody in a situation where they feel like, oh, I'm wanting them to spend this much money. Like, it's never given that for me. So anyway, so like I said, it was probably maybe a $20-$30 bill at this point, y'all. And the man was acting like it was really something. You know what? I remember now. I went to Bath and Body Works, because remember I told y'all my lotion and my spray had got confiscated. Yep, that's what it was. I went to Bath and Body Works and got a spray and lotion set, and it may have been a wash set too. So it might have been like $50 then, because Bath and Body Works, a spray and a lotion together will probably be close to like $20, maybe $30, depending on, they be having them sales and stuff. So okay, yeah, it might. And then the shirt was probably like $10, so it may have been like closer to $40-$50. So let's say that. But either way, that's not like I'm running up a bag. So if you're taking somebody to the mall, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? So if your budget is like that, or whatever the budget is, like, make that be known, especially if it's a low number. Like, if it's under $100, you need to say, I only got $50 for it. So you can, get you a couple things, but I ain't really got them. Like, just let me know. Because really, I could have been like, oh, okay, well, don't worry about it. Like, I have my own money to get stuff. I'm not trying to run your bag down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't already pay for everything since I've been here, but you nigga trying to put on like T.I., but your mouth is saying that, but your money ain't saying it. And now your mouth is getting upset at me. Like, I did something wrong. So we had a little situation in the mall. Like, that irritated the fuck out of me, because don't try to go off on me about fucking lotion and spray and a damn t-shirt. Like, you can really kiss the hole of my ass. Like, for real, for real. So anyway, so I want to say Tuesday must have been when I went home. So it was like 4 days. So I feel like after that day, the next day is when I left. Or maybe because we got into it, like, he irritated me so bad. Maybe I didn't even talk to him Tuesday, and he ended up not, like, taking me to the room, and we didn't talk. Or he didn't come, or we didn't do anything memorable that particular day. So, yeah, whatever day, he ended up coming to get me and taking me to drop me off at the airport. And yeah, like, I mean, that was my first experience being flown out. So it wasn't a bad experience, but you know, we had little hiccups because niggas is weird. Like, why you being weird to me? So yeah, like, I got flued out before it was flued out was a thing. And oh yeah, just to follow up, and I probably will do more story times about him, because speaking on this made me think of like other incidents that occurred during our relationship. So and it was just a brief, like, little summer, I don't want to even say a summer fling, because it was like we talked like right after school started. We started talking. So it probably took us to maybe like October when we like really started kicking it heavy. And he left in December for winter break, but we weren't that locked in at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing our thing or whatever, but we weren't locked in like that. So I didn't see him for winter break. And then when school came back in January, we kicked it January, February, and March. Yeah, I think I might have that timeline wrong. It might not been that long. It might not been that long. It might have not been that long. I gotta really think back. But anyhow, yeah, that is the story of my little fling with Juan. And yeah, that was that. Him and I ended up not talking, like, after that summer, like after that little thing, you know, I came back home or whatever. We still like talked, but once school started again, because that next school year, like after summer was over, I ended up going to Langston, and we kind of just like quit talking. Like, it was just like it died. Like, we both knew that it was over, but nobody ever said that the relationship was over. Like, we're not dealing with each other anymore. We just kind of quit talking. But we are friends, or I think we were friends on social media, on Instagram. So like, we're still cool. Like, it ain't no beef. He'll like my stuff sometimes, every once in a while. You know, if I see something that he posts and I would have, you know, liked it. You know, now I got a man now, so you know what I'm saying, my man. But yeah, it was like, it was never like we just kind of quit talking. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like there was a major situation that arose between us. It just kind of died. What do they call it? Sizzled out. It fizzled out. It just kind of fizzled out, and it was what it was. But while we were together, he was like super cool or whatever. Like I said, he did do like these weird like anger shit. Like, he had that shit sometime, which would make me be like, nigga, what is your problem? Cause you spazzing right now for nothing. So, but yeah, that was my first time getting flown out. And it made me want to tell about my other time getting flown out, because the other time I got flown out was probably like a lot more entertaining. So yeah, please don't like, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and all the things. I don't have a jazzy little YouTube intro, but you know, it's me, okay? So if you're feeling me, you know, do the thing, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I drop a new video. And if y'all have anything specific that y'all want, like any topics y'all want me to talk about, let me know. Like, I'm open to it all. And if y'all like enjoy the story times, tell me to just keep, you know, rolling in the story times. Anyway, peace, love, and light. Y'all have a good one. Bye. This my big baby. Fix your face. Don't. Why are you looking like that? He just woke up from a nap as I was getting ready to do my story time. But this is my baby. My baby boy. Well, I only have one boy, but he's the baby. Why? Say hi to the people. You gotta fix your face, man. You sad? Okay, we'll go back and lay down. Get you some water. I love you.